Welcome to your April 2026 housing market update for Orange County. If you're new to the channel, my name's Ian Phillips. I'm a realtor here, and as someone who is very involved in the market, as well as loves looking at the data, I'm uploading weekly videos, diving into the market, talking about specific things, as well as a more broader economy, as well as that also impacts the housing market in this area. So if you're new to the channel, subscribe for more. And let's get straight into it. So Orange County homes are back to selling for above list price after 6 months of being in a market where homes are actually selling for a little below. Some areas homes are selling for 4 to 5% below list price. Others, it was just like 1%, 0.5%. But now on average, homes are actually selling above list price. And if you watch my previous videos, you'll know that I mentioned we are in an environment where inventory continues to be an issue. Buyer demand has remained the same for the last 3 to 4 years, and if inventory is in another crunch and buyer demand is remaining the same, I came to the conclusion that home values would likely increase because of this. So we're still in a seller's market, month supply of inventory at 2.2. There is some positive news with inventory, and we'll get into that shortly. So, median estimated value a little over $1.2 million. It does look like we are on the rise. I wouldn't be surprised if this makes a new all-time high by summer of this year, especially if inventory remains below 4,000, 4,500. Remember, pre-pandemic levels, housing market inventory in Orange County was really almost 6,000 homes on the market. So we are well below that average. You can kind of see Orange County, this is the blue line here. It has continued to outperform California as a whole, and I've uploaded multiple videos about how Orange County is one of the best performing counties in the entire state, and I'm seeing a lot of people wanting to leave their areas and move here. So that wouldn't surprise me if this trend really continues forever. You can see the county and the state had a pretty decent correction in 2022. Orange County went, Orange County went from 1,070,000 down to 994,000. So a decent drop, while California went from 800,000 down to 740,000-ish. And Orange County is now at over $1.2 million, while California is still below these levels in 2022. So very, very interesting how both areas had a decent correction, but Orange County has just massively outperformed ever since. You can actually kind of see they were sort of in line here, really going back to quite a while. You can see even in 2010, both areas had a correction, and then both places, the state and the county, made new all-time highs, but now they have actually separated. That's actually very interesting. So yeah, it looks like Orange County is just going to continue to outperform the entire state and the country, of course. So let's look at active listings. 3,775 homes on the market. Now, this was the somewhat positive news that I mentioned earlier. Inventory is up 4.3% month over month. And in December, there was only 3,300 homes on the market. So the trend is good. I'm hoping this eases the market a little bit, where buyers can start to take a little more control, because it's really been in favor of sellers for quite a while now. You can see the trend started to look even better in 2025, where there were 5,500 homes on the market. And unfortunately, that ended very, very quickly, where active listings dropped by about 40%. Median days on market, roughly taking 34 days for a home to get into escrow. I wouldn't be surprised if this sort of remains around these levels until inventory starts to get back to more normal levels. So again, that is another indication that sellers are in control. Remember, between 30 and 90 days, it's a seller's market. 90 to 120 days, it's a neutral market. 120 days or more, it is a buyer's market. And Orange County hasn't been in a buyer's market for quite a while. I mean, it does continue to be an area where people are moving out of LA into OC. People are moving from the Bay Area into Orange County as well. So you have a lot of high net worth, high income earners that are moving here, which is, of course, driving prices higher. So pending listings, which is an indication of buyer demand. This is how many homes are getting into escrow. So, of course, how many buyers are actively writing offers, purchasing homes in the market right now. This has remained relatively the same for really since October of 2022. You can see going into winter, it drops every single time into December and then goes up into summer. And we're just back to these normal levels. Around 2,000 homes on average are getting into escrow on a monthly basis. So my last market update, I talked about if buyer demand remains the same, inventory continues to be low, you're going to get higher prices. And that is exactly what has happened. Buyer demand has increased as we approach the popular market. People are shopping now for homes, and we're back to these normal levels where 2,000 homes are getting into escrow every single month. Median sold price has actually hit a new all-time high, 1,270,000. So that is probably going to drive the median active, median pending, and median homes on average higher. So this line, this blue line, takes into account every aspect of the median home value. So median sold hitting a new all-time high probably means that this is going to carry on hitting a new all-time high. Number of homes being sold, this has increased quite a lot since January of this year. You can see there were only 1,160 homes getting sold in that month, and now we're a little under 1,800. So again, pending listings have increased. It would make sense why sold properties have also increased. And here's that sold to list price. On average, homes are selling for 0.4% above list price. This trend definitely looks like it's going to carry on. So it wouldn't surprise me as we approach summer, homes start to sell even higher, even more above list price. We see more multiple offers, which seems to be happening right now, in fact, which is what's driving this median sold price. Days on market remains relatively the same as inventory is in, unfortunately, lower levels than I personally thought we would be, and that I know a lot of people would like. Now, the single most important set of data that you should be aware of, which is why I like to share it so you don't have to go looking for it yourselves, is the month supply of inventory. This takes into account active listings in combination with buyer demand. So this basically means that if no new homes hit the market, it would take 2.2 months for all of the homes available to sell. So you can see this has increased by about 4% month over month, which makes sense. Active listings have increased by about 4% as well. And we are down 5% year over year. So in June of 2025, it was 3.2 months of available supply. Again, it was looking like we were going to continue trending higher, but that did not happen. And we dropped back immediately to below 2 months of available supply. So all of this is indicating that despite everything going on, despite mortgage rates rising, despite a lot of people discussing economic uncertainty, we really need to look in the local area, the local economy, and Orange County is doing very well. Unemployment is significantly below the California and the national average. Job openings have actually increased in Orange County. Buyer demand is increasing. Cities here are actually seeing a net positive of inflow. That means there's people moving here from other places, whether it be California or other states in general. And as we have a lack of available homes for sale, that's going to continue driving the median home value. So it is important to not necessarily zone out what's happening in the global environment, in the national environment, but when it comes to whether or not you're buying or selling a house in a given area, you need to know what's happening in that area. And Orange County continues to outperform the entire state and basically the entire country. And in my opinion, I don't really see that trend changing. We have an environment where not necessarily an environment, but the trend has been people are wanting to move to cities that are extremely safe and have good school districts for their kid. The public school system here is incredible. 6 of the 10 safest cities in the entire state of California are all located in Orange County, and that has been a popular trend. We've also seen coastal, luxury, high-end cities continue to outperform. Newport Beach has been one of the best performing coastal cities in the entire state, and as of right now, the highest median home value in the entire country is located in Newport Coast, which is a sub-district of Newport Beach. So we continue to see wealth, high net worth individuals moving to Orange County, and that is driving the market right now. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you're looking for an agent in Orange County, reach out. I'd love to chat. You can check out my website link in the description below. Browse for homes. I publish weekly market updates on there as well. You can get a free home valuation. There's a mortgage calculator you can play around with there. And you can contact me through that website as well. All my information will be linked in the description below. And I'll see you next time.